Hey everyone, this is Jonathan with the Gosslings, and I wanted to show you guys something today. Um, Here are my notes from the Stephen Pressfield interview. And a lot of you, if you watched the Stephen Pressfield interview on YouTube when we air it live and we live stream, or later on Rumble, or if you watch the clips that Nick breaks up into segments on YouTube, you'll notice that I spend a lot of time down here doodling. And you might be wondering why I do that. Well, uh, it seems at first glance like it might be something that's uh, distracting or disrespectful, or maybe I'm checked out, something like that. But it actually has a purpose. Um, every time I doodle something, whether it's something up here or one of these or something like that, I am focusing on a specific moment in the conversation. This is a trick I learned probably back in high school, but I didn't realize what I was doing until recently. I always used to get in trouble when I was younger for doodling in the margins of my binders where we would take notes for classes. And I always thought it was a bad thing that I was doodling. But it turns out what I didn't realize my brain was doing was it was creating something that I've come to call lodestones. And they're basically markers because I'm a tactile learner. This is a great way to fight like your ADHD. Um, I was creating almost like timestamps and markers with my doodles and my drawings. So, for example, like right up here, where you see the lambda, the Spartan lambda with the arrow through it, I drew this in the beginning when Pressfield was talking about the forest fires and the raiders. Um, so I can always look back at this and I can say, oh, that's the part where he was talking about the forest fires. That's the part where he was talking about, the Raiders winning the football game. We come down here. I remember I was doing this part in the S right here when Pressfield was talking about the knowledge that the London cab drivers have to memorize. Right here is when he was talking about General Mattis. And this stuff around here was when Nick and I were talking about his one-off. And then also talking about the struggle, how the happiness, the pursuit is the happiness, which was kind of a theme that Nick and I have been rolling with for a while now. So, my point being, why do I do this? There's a purpose to this, and I call them lodestones. You can call them milestones, markers, whatever. But it's a neat little trick where if you find yourself kind of being scatterbrained, if you're ADHD or ADD, and a lot of us are, especially if you're an artistic type, if you're a creative type, a lot of these things, it's very easy to get distracted. It's very hard to concentrate, stay focused, drive forward. That's one of the reasons why I love the typewriter so much, is because it eliminates the ability to really be distracted by social media and emails and YouTube videos and playlists and, updates and games and all that stuff. Like, it's just a mechanical device that does what you tell it to do. And if it doesn't come out right, it's probably your fault. So, but I love the concept of lodestones, and I really highly suggest that you try this if you find yourself being scatterbrained or distracted. Because if you can listen to what somebody is saying, even if you're not really interested in it, and I was fascinated by everything Pressfield had to say. I can't wait to have him back. It's going to be a lot of fun. But I have learned over the years that if I doodle in the margins of a lot of my stuff, I mean, you can see it in, some of these notes in here in the Moleskine notepads that I keep. If you do this kind of thing, it can help tether whatever you're hearing, your auditory input, to something tactile. Because if you're a creative type, you might be ADD or ADHD. And then if that's the case, then you might also be a tactile learner. I am extremely tactile. I have to do things in order to absorb the information and imprint it on my brain. That's why I love the Lodestone technique. I'm sure there's a better name for it that someone else has come up with. I'm sure I'm not the first one to come up with this, but I find it really helps me concentrate and lock in and imprint information into my brain that I can then go back and reference, because I have tons of notes and I can go back and look at the margins on those notes and see like some weird, knight or sword or demon or angel or whatever that I've drawn, and say like, oh, I remember that. Yeah, I remember exactly that, and here's the information from it. It's almost like a hyperlink for your brain. So I really like this technique. I hope this helps you. It's helped me tremendously over the years, and even though I've been doing it for the better part of 25 to 30 years, I have only recently, in retrospect and reflection, realized what I was doing. So if you're having trouble concentrating, try this lodestone technique. Try writing something, doodling while you're listening to something, and then go back to the doodle later and see if it triggers a memory hyperlink for you, because honestly I think it can really help you guys if you are easily distracted, or if you're ADD like I am and your brain just wants to squirrel off in 8 different directions at any given moment. um, and it lasts for years. I have noticed that I can go back and look at doodles from 20 years ago, 25 years ago, when I was in high school, and say, I remember where I was. I remember what I was wearing that day. I remember whose class that was in, and and I remember what I was thinking. And for a novelist, that comes in handy, because it's a marathon, not a sprint, and you will very easily have projects that will last every bit of 20 years. So I hope this technique helps you. I really love it. It's super simple. Look it up online. I'm sure other people, have explored this before and probably explained it in better ways than I did here. But try it. See if you like it. All right, guys. Thank you, Jonathan from the Gosslings. And remember, on YouTube, on the Gosslings live stream, we go live every Sunday at 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. We do our typewriter one-offs, which I just finished a minute ago. We interview guests, and we talk about funny stuff. We have fun. And then if you are interested in any of my books, I got the special edition of Heavenly Realms, published by Taurus Necros. This is the first book, Empyrean Falling. This is on taurusnecros.com. It's absolutely a beautiful hardback with a custom cover, map on the back, 650 pages, I think. It's great. And then you can check out my other stuff on Amazon. But the Goslings live stream, it's on YouTube, it's on Rumble, and it's also on Spotify. So hope you guys enjoy this, and try it out. See if you like the Lodestone technique, and I'll talk to you later.